Good morning
Good morning.
on this lovely Monday morning from South Carolina and New Jersey.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's really nice and sunny up here,
Is it? It is here too, for a change.
but it's chilly. It's in like 48, 49, something like that. It was cold.
I had the heater on in the morning. I had the space heater on here when I first came out. And then in the afternoon, well, actually in about 2 hours, I'll start turning on the air conditioner. It's so weird this time of year.
Isn't it?
Yeah, very weird.
It is here. Yeah, we've had to have it on a couple times already too.
I'm
We
having
have
very strong
indeed.
tea this morning. Very strong tea.
Ah,
And I'm having Ezekiel toast, cinnamon raisin with orange marmalade. Isn't that
I actually
exciting?
love that stuff.
Me
Pretty good.
too. And
Fill,
I'm paint.
filling good kind of carbs.
I'm painting a
Yummy.
rock. Gabby's working out. She's got her new tripod going.
I do. I'm excited. I'm working on a project as well, and it's a good
Right.
day.
So she doesn't have to duct tape her phone to the screen anymore.
I was duct taping it to the
I think
screen.
that's so funny.
Never have
So,
to do that.
how was your weekend? Inquiring minds want to know.
My weekend was good. I went to a scrapbooking event for National Scrapbooking Day, which was Saturday.
Did you really? Cool.
I do it every year. It's really cool. And there's a bunch of people that go, and basically you pay a specific amount of money, depending on what you're getting and all. And you sit and have a space and have use of different scrapbooking, paper crafting machines. And there's vendors there, and it's really cool. And you just work on your projects with your friends, and it's just a big space to hang out with your scrapbooking buddies.
Now you say
Really
you see
nice.
this sounds mildly familiar, so you probably did mention it in an earlier stream, but me in the morning I'm half awake, so I'm not really retaining anything that you're telling me.
Well, I do it every year, so you probably know. And I also did one a couple of weeks ago, so it could be that you're remembering that as well.
Yeah.
This one they hold every year at the Boundbrook Presbyterian Church, and they do it for their ASP group, which is they help the Appalachian families rebuild after they've had problems with their homes, and it's really cool. So basically they go out there and they help build houses
Well,
for these people in Appalachia. It's
that
really
sounds
neat, and
like
I hope to send Ellie on a trip there with them next summer. Not this summer, but next summer.
it sounds like a
You
good
have to be
cause.
going into ninth grade or older to be able to go.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's going to be going into ninth grade. I mean, you have to be going into ninth grade. Sorry.
Wow.
And she will be doing that next summer, so she'll be able to go.
Your
I'm
baby
excited for her.
in
So
ninth
one of my
grade.
really good friends goes and does this, and she's one of the leaders. So I'm equally comfortable with Ellie doing it because the woman that I'm really good friends with has been doing it for years now, and all of her kids grew up going there and helping build houses and help these people's lives become better places and better to live in.
That's
It's pretty
great.
nice.
That is great.
Yep.
Now with the scrappy booky stuff,
Yes.
you go and you use the machines. Was there anything new there that you had not used or seen before?
Um, no, but there are machines that I don't have. Like they had a wish. What's it called? Wishblade, which is ooh, you would love the Wishblade.
What is
Um,
that?
it's like a template machine, and you can create your own templates online, or you can use the ones that are from various websites, and you can purchase them, or some of them are free. A lot of people do them on free share, and you can cut shapes pretty much anything you want. So
Really?
if you say you have a specific type of flower that you draw, and you really want to have paper cutouts so that you can layer something or make it 3D, you just create it on the Wishblade software, and then it prints it out. And you can print it
Mm,
on transparencies, cardstock, regular paper, um, and there's like metal. You can do metal on it also. It cuts metal. It's really, really cool.
wow. Now that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's an incredible machine, and I would love to have one. Oh, I think it also, I'm not positive of this, but I believe that you can also make stickers and use sticker paper, and it knows the thickness of the sticker paper, so when you cut, it cuts your stickers out for you, so you don't have to cut them out.
Okay, that's cool.
So, like, you know, the labels that you have for me that you made me,
Yeah.
you can make labels like that. You can do actually your own stickers. If you make a flower, it'll cut around how you want it. It's a really cool machine. It's called a Wishblade. I can link you guys on the bottom down below.
Okay, you don't have to twist my arm, but how much was it? Do you know?
No, I didn't. I don't. I know they're probably $2.99 at least, but it's like you have it forever, and
Yeah.
it's a really good.
See, like with the crickets, man, they're constantly upgrading them, so you always feel like, within a year, yours is obsolete.
No, mine's not. You know what? It could possibly be obsolete, but I've had my Cricut for like 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah, but then they come out with new features and stuff, and don't you want the new stuff? See, that's what I'm like. I'm definitely a consumer.
No, I'm not really a new stuff person because I'm lazy. I don't want to learn the shit all over again. So I sat and I did a project. I started making my travel journal for Alaska. So I did a lot of that, and that was fun. That was a good time. Yeah, we just and Michaela goes with me, so she has a great time too. How about you? You are in Aiken, right?
I was in Aiken. I saw the grandkids. I saw my sister. Her geese are getting huge. You saw the videos.
I saw them. They're so cute.
They're only 4 weeks old, and they're freaking huge, but they're so funny. And I took some portrait pictures of the 3 kids because my son-in-law is leaving for basic training today.
He's leaving today?
Yeah.
Where's he going?
He's going to Oklahoma.
Oh.
He's going to be in Oklahoma for basic training for 9 weeks. And we saw Guardians of the Galaxy this weekend. That's number 2.
Did the boys like it?
They didn't take the boys. I think that's a little too intense for them.
I would think so for the little ones anyway. I think Eddie would like it.
Yeah, Eddie might like it, but there was one scene towards the end of the movie that blindsided everybody. You kind of go there thinking the entire movie's going to be feel good and a laugh and, and the adventures and the action and everything. And it was great. It was a great movie. But towards the end, there's one heart-wrenching scene that completely blindsided everybody. And it followed up by a very touching scene. So it was a back-to-back emotional roller coaster. And, so you're going from laughing and feeling good to all of a sudden, down, down, down. And then up a little bit, but still down. And then what some people don't realize is that with Marvel movies especially, they throw in an extra scene during the credits. Well, this movie had four extra scenes during the credits. You had to stay all the way to the end of the credits to see the final scene. And it kind of, you left the theater, back in a better mood, but still, that little bit of a, heart-wrenching thing is in the back of your mind, but they didn't have you leave the theater. Let me tell you, everybody in the theater, was sniffling and wiping their eyes and everything. It was just that kind of a scene, and I almost got a little angry. I'm going, this isn't what I was expecting, but it was so well done. I have to say they really did an excellent job and handled it really well, what happened and everything. And of course, the song that they play is a song that has always been like a little bit of a sad song, a heart-wrenching song for me, So that on top of it is like, oh my God, I just can't deal.
It's like, why are you doing this today?
Yes, I was coming to feel good, but it was still good. It was good.
It was still good.
And but I'm telling you, if you were at all self-conscious about crying in public, don't go see it in the theater, because you will cry.
I didn't see the first one. It's not my thing. I don't know. I just don't.
Oh, okay. Well.
So I'm gonna ask for the spoiler later on because I'm not gonna see it, so I don't care.
Yeah. Oh man, let me tell you. Even somebody I was with was I could tell was not handling it well.
Oh yeah. Aww.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, it was an excellent movie. It was really, really good and very well done.
That's good. It's good to know that it was well done.
Yes, it was.
That's a good thing.
Oh, okay. Now I'm back to color mixing here. What else?
What do you make it today?
I'm just painting this one rock. I do have, I have to see if I have a West Virginia. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. A West Virginia, silver quarter, because I got an order for one of those over the weekend. One of those rings. So let me just turn my chair and look in my W's for West Virginia and see if I have a silver quarter. Ooh, I do! I don't have to go to the coin shop. Yay! So I'll just order another one on eBay to replace that one. And I'll do this later. Get it done. Get her done!
Get her done.
And I have a couple that I got to send back. One was a resize and one was returned from Italy because it had the wrong address on it. So here I go with, $14 in postage twice. Isn't that lovely?
Oh no! Whose address was on it? Did they give you the wrong address?
Yep, they did.
If they gave you the incorrect address, then they need to pay the postage.
Yeah, I know. They offered to them, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'll probably message them.
Because that's quite a lot of, well, I mean, it's probably like $13 at least, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's usually between 13 and 14,
13.
depending on where it's going. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I do it on swapping. Oh, we have to do another swap. Let me go to swap.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
I did.
You got mine? Mine finally came, even though I sent it priority mail. It probably took forever.
Oh, no, I got it, and I thanked you.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. Yay.
Yeah. I gave you positive feedback with the heart, even.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the rack. Uh-oh.
I found one that I wanted to do, but they wanted you to have 30 type 3s. And I'm like, oh, okay, I won't be doing this one. With no recent, I don't know, what do they call it? 3s or 1s or something. I was like, oh, man. People, man, you're killing me. Let me join your swap, man. I'm not a deadbeat. But anyway, and then I spent about, I don't know, half an hour this morning when I was laying in bed with my phone, deleting a bunch of posts because people don't follow rules in that one craft site that I have. I actually opened it up for selling about a year ago. And people are on there selling their bulk crap from China, and, there's 2 rules.
Okay.
Yeah, one rule is that you're only allowed to post 2 items per user per day. The other rule is that it absolutely has to be an item that's handmade by you. It's an art and craft group.
I like that.
Okay, so
I love that.
Yeah, so this one woman, because I don't really check the group that often, and now I know I need to, for the last 3 weeks has been flooding the feed with bulk crap from China. Buttons, mostly. Buttons and lace. Buttons, lace, and ribbons. Available in packs of 50, and I'm like, first of all, you're flooding the feed, so you're doing more than 2 posts a day. And second of all, this is not a handmade item. So I deleted them all. And if she posts even one more time, and I put a warning post up there, I'm not going to message her. You join groups, you got to read their rules,
Yeah, that's the first thing they do is they sticky a rule at the top. I'm in a lot of planner groups.
Right. So I posted people. I posted, some people need reminders of what the rules of this group is, and and I said no posting of this and this. Here are the first 2 rules, and you really need to go read the pinned post at the top of the group to see what the other rules are. I said, but if these people post again, they're being banned from the group. I'm just going to ban them. And the pin post says, first time offenders get banned. There's no warning. Either you're in this group for that reason. If you join this group just to sell your junk, there are other groups from that, and if I ban them, then, no big deal, no sweat off on my brow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pay attention. Pay attention to the rules. But, the problem is they saw nobody moderating, so they figured they could get away with it, and they did for 3 weeks. It's like you got to babysit these people. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and people are probably, you wonder how many people leave the group because that's all that they're doing is flooding your stuff.
Right. And
it's not fair. What group is that? You don't have to tell me on here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I didn't create the group. I took it over from somebody else trying to breathe new life back into it because it wasn't really going anywhere. And it's still not really going anywhere, but there are more posts. I mean, there's like 1 post a month on there, and half the time it's from me. I'm ready to delete it. I'm really ready to delete it. There are a lot more popular, similar groups out there. And it's
you have to teach me how to do that. I can't figure out how to delete groups. I have a few on here that are so obsolete. I'm like,
it's right in the group setting pages. You got to hunt for it somewhere towards the bottom, of course, because they don't want to make it easy.
Oh, I see it. I just clicked on it and found it. Okay.
Cool.
Remove page. See. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. All right. I am on a roll. I am mixing colors. I got.
So, on what? What do you? Is that for a an order, or is that just a relaxation morning type of?
Is what? I didn't
project that you're doing right now.
This is me learning how to do something with the idea that if I get good enough, that maybe I'll actually sell them. There are a lot of people that make these and sell them.
That's a very zen looking one with all the.
Yeah.
How did you get the lines? Jeez.
How did I get the lines? What?
So straight and perfect.
They're not. It's an optical illusion. I mean, they're pretty lined up well. But this is my third rock.
Yeah, they are.
All you're doing is you have one center dot, and then you do a cross. You do a dot above it, a dot below it, one to the left and one to the right. Then you put a dot in the center of those two, and then a dot up there and a dot down. So this way you're evenly spacing them. And then when you start the second row, you're putting the dot directly in between, a larger dot directly in between the two dots above it. And then the next one, the next two dots. The next one goes between the next two dots, and all the way down the line, and it just lines up really well. That's how it ends up.
It looks great.
Lining up. Thank you. I'm having fun. Having fun with it. Color mixing to me is half the fun, although it can be frustrating.
I was going to say, for me, that would be the frustrating part. I would be like, no.
I don't like waste. So I'm saving the colors in these little pots with the lids now. Remember I was showing you I had just had everything spread out.
Yeah, how did those work out over the weekend? Did they stay nice and fresh?
They did stay fresh. Yep.
Nice.
There was one that wasn't sealed properly and it had a skin on the top of it, so I just peeled the skin off and if I feel like they're starting to dry, I'll just squirt a fine mist of water in there just to kind of like rehydrate them a little bit, because this is a kind of a paint that once it's dry, that's it. You can't revive it. It's just garbage.
Oh, okay.
If it's starting to get a little pasty or has a skin on it, there's still hope. But once it's bone dry, there's nothing you can do about it. Just throw it out. All right, that's a nice color. I like that.
I do too.
I think I'm going with it.
I approve of that color.
You do. This is Gabi approved green.
It is.
It actually gets a little flashed out. It's darker than that. It's darker than that.
So pretty.
Than it's showing up online, but yeah, it's real cool. Very vibrant. It's almost neon.
It's really nice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just having fun. Listen to these squirrels. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I heard them.
That's squirrels fighting over a feeder. They are just.
Oh my gosh.
They're like little bratty kids. Bratty kids. All right, so let's see. And then I came home from Aiken on Saturday night, and I think that's it. I'm going to be working on the newsletter for my neighborhood council this week, on and off. I got the one ring to make. Now, that order came in. I had actually thought I put my Etsy shop on vacation mode. And obviously I didn't, because I must not have hit save or something, because like 3 hours later I got an order. I'm like, oh God, because I don't mind getting a regular order, but if somebody does a rush order and it's 24-hour shipping and I'm in Aiken, I can't, I'm not going to drop what I'm doing, rush home to make a ring so I can get it out next business day, So that's what I wanted to do. But thankfully the order I got was not a rush.
What you should do is you should say that they could do rush orders like Monday through Thursday, but not Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work because I never know what days I'm going to Aiken. It's always different. And now that Nick is away for the next 9 weeks, I'm going to be going quite often to help Jess with the kids and, give her a break and let her go food shopping alone and that kind of thing, She's going to need some help because he's not there to help. I really like that color. I really, really like it. Okay. Next row of dots is about to happen.
Next row with dots.
Got the dots. I was watching videos of people doing this online last night. Almost every day I do, but There are several people that use paintbrushes. And what they do is they load the paintbrush so there's almost a drip coming off of it. And they just touch the drip. They don't touch the brush. They just let the paint touch the surface. And the surface will pull the paint down into a perfect dot. But you have to have
Oh,
just the right consistency of paint to do that. You know? And then it starts to dry out. And then you got to add more paint or more water or something. But I'm thinking, God, that's patience. People say I have patience, but that's really patience.
that is more patience than I could ever think I would ever have in my life.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if I could do it well, and that takes practice, but the problem is getting frustrated when you're practicing is something that happens to me. I'm looking for the right size dotter. So my goal is to move away from these dotting tools to actual paintbrushes somewhere in the near
Oh, really?
future.
But why? Why do that? Why don't just stay with what you have? I don't. Why change it?
Because the way that they do it is the way that I want to do it. With these dotting tools, the only so much paint is going to come off that dot. But if you load a paintbrush, you can put a little dot or a big dot without having to change the size of the tool, you know.
I see what you're saying.
So,
Okay.
you just touch the tip and you get a little dot. You touch the tip and hold it, you get a medium-sized dot. Or you push the brush down a little bit more paint comes off, it makes a bigger dot. But some of them are actually putting the paint down and just kind of doing a small circle, just to draw a bigger circle. I'm thinking, no, that I don't know if I could do that. I could do the different size droplets, but I don't think I could do the put it down and do a circle and have it come out exactly how I want.
Yeah.
But, I'd be cursing and erasing and there'd be a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but it's fun, and I really like the way that they turn out. And down here in the South, people are really into their gardens. So I'm going to be making outdoor weatherproof ones. I got some new paint that is more color fast than the craft paint that I'm using. This is Artist Colors. It's artist grade acrylic that is not that expensive, but a lot of people use it. So I found Amazon did not have all the colors and they didn't have a good price. And I found this one website that did have a very good price, $2.60 a tube on sale at half price. So I ordered
Oh.
11 of them. In the most vibrant colors they had. And then if I like them, I'll go back and order different colors. And also you can mix your own colors too. So that makes a difference.
Yeah, I think it's nicer when you can mix your own colors like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking a lot
Gives
nicer.
you more freedom.
Yep.
I think I want a bigger dot than that. See, and this is half the problem is that I don't know how big the dot. You can look at the size of the thing, but you can't really tell how big of a dot it's going to make until you do the dot. You got to do some dots to know how it's going to dot.
You got to do the dots over there.
Doing a dot. So I'm picking my biggest daughter, my biggest little daughter. Let's see if that's a bigger dot. Me and my dots. There are people who do whole canvases. There's a guy who does. He has wood that he cuts into odd shapes, and they're like as big as a person. They're like 6 feet in circumference, And he does dots all over this thing. I don't know how much he sells them for, but my God, it's unbelievable. His dot art.
I can't imagine how much they would go for.
Probably thousands of dollars because it probably took him months to do.
Probably.
All right. I like this dot. This is a good size dot. I'm keeping it.
It's a perfect size dot.
Oh, I'm holding my breath while I'm doing it too.
That's because you don't want to move, right?
Yeah, and I learned that I have to steady my hand. Even if I haven't had coffee, my hand still shakes just a little bit. So I got to steady my hand with my other. I got to use 2 hands to make these dots. Because I'm not a perfect dot person. See, I had to hold my breath. I can't talk when I'm holding my breath. Unless I could talk out of my nostrils.
Have you got your nostrils?
So what do you got going on today? Anything exciting? Besides your travel journal?
Okay. It's,
No.
It's Monday, and I have stuff that I gotta do, and that I want to do.
I don't know, I'm like that too.
I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it either. This is all I want to do is make dots. Today is a dot day. I may just ignore my phone.
Don't ignore it fully.
Well, no, I won't ignore you and I won't ignore Ed, and Jessica, but I think I may ignore everybody else.
But you have to have days like that.
I know
where you
everybody
just
wants
have
a piece of me lately, and there's only so much of me. Everybody wants a
You
piece
just
of
gotta
me. Huh?
gotta do it.
You volunteer for something and then you start to regret it after time because, people think you're just going to give.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm getting kind of empty. I'm getting empty, so I need to refuel. Oh, it's not. No, it's all right. So I'm still using my craft paints with this, but I can't wait to. My next rock is going to be, I think, a little bit of a different design, a little bit more intricate, and I'm going to use these new paints and see how I like them.
Aww.
So these craft paints are a little runny. And that was another thing with the brush, is that you can make, if you hold the brush in place and let the paint slowly come down the tip, you can actually make it dimensional. The dots will be more raised than you can do with the dotting tool. And those I think look really cool. You can, I mean, the one that looks like a sea urchin, that would really look like some sort of sea creature.
I love that one. So does Michaela. She's in love with it.
Mm-hmm.
The one you're doing now has a very like Lebanese, like it just looks very Lebanese to me. It's very pretty. Moroccan, you know what I mean?
Okay, yes, yeah, all right.
Really pretty, like I love that look. So that's it's very intriguing.
Woo, going around and around and around. All right, I'm gonna go a little darker. A little darker. I'm gonna put some more darker green. Greeny.
These people that try to friend you and just want to sell you like Lulu Row, whatever they are.
Yeah,
like,
LuLaRoe leggings. My niece sells those, and I've gotten pretty thin. I've gotten pretty thin, but the standard ones do not fit me. I don't like anything tight up against me. I like soft.
That's the whole point of them, I think, is that they're like. I think that's what their whole point is.
They're not. They're not. You know what? The fabric is comfortable to the touch, but they're not super stretchy. They're too constricting for me. They're not super stretchy. And she sent me a larger pair, and they fit better, and they're a little bit more comfortable. But I'm not into that, showing every contour of my legs anymore. I'm over that. I was over that when I was 23.
Done.
I mean, these girls, I mean, I would have been mortified to go out in public the way some women go out in public, and they let all their cellulite show through, and their lumps and their bumps, and, I'm proud of my body, and it's my body, and, well, you know what? Other people have to look at it too. Okay? I don't want to be seeing your cellulite, and I don't want to be seeing your muffin top hanging over your pants. I'm sorry. I just don't want to, so I look away, and I don't know. I was raised with a little bit of humility.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
I'm all for freedom and expressing yourself and saying F you to everybody, but my God, have a little bit of self-respect.
Please.
Yeah. And please, other people have to look at this too. So, no, I would not. But yeah, I mean, around the house, lounging around the house, yeah, I don't care what I'm wearing so much, but still, I mean, I have Ed who has to look at me. So I'm a little self-conscious about what I'm wearing.
That's different. Like, around the house is good. I mean, some of those leggings are cute, I guess, but they're just... I can't justify paying that much money for the same thing I can get at Walmart. Like, maybe you can't get the same. I don't know.
You know what it is? They've got so many different designs. It's the designs of the fabric that everybody is, so many different designs. Lots and lots and lots. So that's the appeal, I think, more than anything, because they are not the most comfortable leggings I've ever worn because they're just too constricting.
So many people are selling them. It's like Yankee Candles back in the day. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it's the thing right now for young women and stay-at-home moms and that kind of thing. It's the thing now to sell. You know, just like what do you call it, Sensi
No,
and
no.
what was that jewelry where you put the charms in the
Oh yeah, I heard of those before.
I actually
Yeah.
have one because Peggy's friend, a friend of my sister's, sold it for a while.
Yeah, I remember.
And we were all giving each other gifts of, the little charms and everything. So, yeah.
I remember.
Selling will only work if you have a large network of friends and family close by where you can go and have parties at their houses or they're all online and willing to buy from you. So you got to have
Yep.
a lot of friends with money, basically, if you want to try to sell anything like
Yeah.
that there's a lot of competition for, unless you're doing something really unique and handcrafted that nobody else is doing or you're doing it better than everybody else. That's the only way selling online is going to work. If you like to do something that somebody else is doing, you better be better than them if you want to make sales.
Like my rock right here. This is better rock than your rock.
My rock's better than your rock. My rock's
Actually,
better
mine's a
than
sticker.
yours.
Look, it's a sticker.
It's a sticker. I like it.
It's a sticker with rock stuff on it. I'm gonna have to send that to you on an envelope.
That was an old 70s commercial. My dog's better than yours because he eats kennel ration. I haven't even thought about that brand of dog food until now. My dog's better than yours because he eats kennel ration. My dog's better than yours. That's how it goes. The song went.
I have to look that one
Kennel
up when we.
ration. Wow. Haven't thought about that in eons.
Isn't that a 1970s dog food?
Yeah, probably. Kennel ration dog food. We always fed Alpo to our dogs back in the day when there wasn't very much choice. There was Alpo and Purina, and that was pretty much it.
Alpo. I've seen that. I
We,
have seen it.
we had Alpo. What we do, we make a bowl. We had German Shepherd mixes. We had mutts, and we would
Mm-hmm.
you put a bunch of Alpo in a bowl and half a can of large can of dog food, of canned dog food, and then add a little bit of hot water because the Alpo would make a gravy. It had like a coating on it that would make a gravy. So the dog was eating like this slop with some crunchy stuff in it.
Ew.
Well, when you think about it, it's still it's better for their digestion than feeding straight kibble because all that dry kibble does is sucks all the moisture out of their intestines and it's very
Yeah.
unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. So even when I feed the crows now, I soak the stuff in warm water for about a minute before I put it out there because the crows were taking the food, the dry food, and dipping it in the water bowl anyway. They were taking a beak full of food, going over to the water bowl, spitting it out, and then picking it back out and eating it that way because it was easier going down. And I
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
make my
True.
animals sick.
No. My dogs and cats have their food soaked for a half an hour before I feed it to them. So they do have dry food, but I soak it first, so it
Yeah,
turns into wet food.
it's healthier for them.
So
You know,
yeah. Well, Zippity eats too
Zippy.
fast. So if she gets dry food and it's not soaked, then she puts all of it in her mouth at one time and tries to swallow it, and then she ends up doing like the neck thing and trying to swallow the food for half an hour.
Oh God, the poor thing.
An idiot, and it's annoying, and I'm like, ugh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, dry food by itself with no moisture is not a good thing for the animals. It's just too hard on the digestive system, especially if as they get older. It's bad enough, for the young ones, but and it's nothing you find in nature is like dry kibble. The body's just not meant to handle something like that.
No, and it's not. It's correct. Yeah.
Correct.
That
But
is
anyway,
absolutely.
okay, I'll get off my soapbox.
Stop feeding your dogs wet. I mean, crunchy foods. No.
Dry food, desert dry food.
I don't. Mine gets soaked, so I guess it's kind of like having wet food.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it helps them out. It
I don't
Hips.
know.
So I've been on the lookout for this brown cat now. You know, I said I told
Oh,
Gabi off camera. You know, I didn't really want to get into it on here. I told her more details than I'll say right now. But we think a fox killed a neighborhood cat. But, you know, we've got this one neighbor who thinks it's okay to leave his unfixed animals out running and, you know, creating litters of animals that nobody wants. And the neighborhood got taken over by them for a while. And he's still got a couple of them. I think animal control came and took a bunch. And people have adopted a couple, but, you know, he's just, you know, he's letting these animals run loose, and the fox is looking and he's saying, free food. It's sick, I know. I know, it's sick.
he is thinking free food.
Free food for foxes. I'm going to do a little light color now. Boy, I get a lot done when I'm streaming, because I'm not overthinking what I'm doing. Getting it done. Going with the flow.
That's what you got to do.
So what else is new? Anything else going on?
No.
No. We're boring today, aren't we?
Mold.
We're like
Yeah,
low energy and boring for Monday morning.
Yeah, I don't have any energy today, so yeah.
Gotta take your Thrive.
And I did, and it's still like
It hasn't kicked in yet.
Yeah.
And Wobbly Hips hasn't called, so.
Wobbly Hips hasn't called, and my
Yeah.
hubby's going to be home any minute, so
Okay.
you probably need to prepare for Wobbly Hips, and I should probably go and.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, tomorrow will be a better.
Yeah,
podcast.
And you know what? I gotta go. I have to update the descriptions of the other videos. I haven't added the descriptions and links, so that I will do that.
That I'll send to you. Did you get my email from the other day?
I did, and I haven't done anything with it yet, so that's what I mean. I'll do that today. I've got to update those descriptions and add those links to the previous videos. I think the previous 2, maybe even. Yeah. All right, so have a good day, everybody, and we will be here tomorrow, and hopefully with something more exciting, and I'll show you hopefully a finished rock or close to finished rock. And
I know what I can show you tomorrow.
Okay.
I will show you the travel book that I made for Alaska when I was at the scrapbooking crop.
Oh, cool.
This is a preview of what tomorrow is going to be like.
And you made that Saturday.
I did, and this is the first page, but I will go in deeper as tomorrow comes.
All right.
So I will show you tomorrow.
Maybe we should start inviting your journaling people to start, your planner people to start watching us. Yeah. Crafty people.
Today is the what? Today the 7th or the 8th?
I think today is May 8th, and it's 9:45, so we've been on here for almost an hour. So we're going to go. All right.
Yay!
Bye, everybody.